All right, thank you everyone for joining the webinar today. My name is Paul Whitehead. I'm a senior sales executive here at Cvent. I've been here for about 5 years, helping put in place dozens of different event management programs. Today we're going to walk you through the Attendee Hub to show you what that can do for your program. So we'll go ahead and get started here. And as we go through, feel free to post any questions or comments in the chat, and we will respond to those. But a little bit more about me. You should be able to see a very old headshot here off to the side, along with really what your sales rep does for you here at Cvent. So if you after this have any other questions or want clarification or just want to hear strategy or feedback from anybody, please fill out that survey and reach out to your rep so that way they can provide these things to you. But moving on from there, programs today now actually have multiple facets to engage with attendees on. And really what this does is it provides a longer, richer, and I think most importantly, a more measurable conversation with your attendees. You're engaging with your attendees before, during, and after the event in multiple different ways, whether it be digitally or in person. This extended time of engagement also leads to a deeper conversation that leads to closer partnerships with those attendees. And that's done through a mix of the virtual, hybrid, and in person, and ultimately leads to better data because all along the way, you're capturing those data points and they're now accessible to you and your team so that you get to know your attendees more intimately. So moving into the Attendee Hub itself, really there's two pieces to a single platform here. That is the event app and the web version. The event app obviously is where you're engaging with attendees during the event in person, and the web actually allows for you to engage with an even larger audience of attendees virtually. To provide an example, for our user conference Cvent Connect every year, we expect anywhere from 3,000 to 4,000 people in person. But now we're also engaging with 10,000 plus additional customers virtually. That's 10,000 more conversations that we're able to have, and 10,000, to whatever exponent that might be, of data points that we're able to engage with and learn more about our attendees with. So these two platforms obviously overlap at about 90% feature matches across them, with obviously the event app including things like the map so that people know where they're going, and then the web version including multiple things like the video discussions, instant networking, to allow for deeper engagement for the people that are attending virtually. Because I think we've all seen quite a bit of burnout with virtual events. And so we've invested in making sure that this platform that really isn't going away, virtual is here to stay. We've invested in making sure that that engagement, it really is engaging, and it's not just a one-way conversation of you to your attendees. So the Attendee Hub Event App is what we'll cover first. This holds all of your event information in the palm of your hands. Event apps aren't just a nice to have because they make the event look good. They're actually one of the most powerful tools you have to engage with your clients, and one of the most powerful tools you have to report on, because all of the actions, all of the engagement happens within that app. And now it isn't just a matter of, yeah, they liked the app or no, they didn't like the app. Now it's a matter of what were they engaged with? Who were they engaging with while they were at this event? It provides them a single source of truth while they're on site at the event to lead to a better event experience. And it leads to a wealth of data for you and your team to understand what worked, what didn't work, and what are they interested in? What future conversations do we want to have with these attendees? So the event app isn't, like I said, a nice to have. It is an absolute necessity, especially in the 2023 for events. And what it really plays into is the larger attendee journey. The ability to come on site and check in and know they attended is obviously extremely valuable, but there's so many more touch points along the way that you can have access to. So before the event, when they are engaging with the content, figuring out their schedule, and even engaging with other attendees before the event, leading into during the event. Obviously, they're using the event app on site and engaging with the content and with each other while they are there. But after that, you're also having access to all of the data and content that goes on post-event. So you're giving them access to pre-recorded or post-event recorded sessions, and you're able to track that along the way and understand what really is resonating. What did people come back and want to see more of, or come back and want to dive deeper on? And so what that really does is it gives you the full view of that attendee journey before, during, and after the event. And what that leads to is a deeper attendee experience and a deeper connection between you and those attendees. They leave the event happier and more well-informed on whatever the content they were there for was. And then you leave the event better understanding what they're truly looking for. They're understanding what interests them, what are their challenges, what are they facing, and what are you doing that is making them want to come to these events or attend your events. And frankly, what I believe is one of the most important parts of our platform is the ability to monetize and drive sponsorship dollars through the app. Many of my clients personally offset the lion's share or the entire cost of their technology budget simply through leveraging the sponsorship capabilities that we have within the platform. They're able to drive more revenue, drive more exhibitors that are looking to attend, and then turn around and provide those exhibitors with valuable data, turning non-exhibitors into exhibitors. And then, for example, a bronze exhibitor now wants to invest in gold or silver packages because you were able to provide them with actionable data on their end. And much to what I've just said, the ability to show them that ROI will be invaluable for your program moving forward. Now more than ever, building a community within your events is extremely important. We went through a couple of years where we were not able to engage with each other in person, and it was all virtual. Now we're going to be able to engage with each other in person and virtually, keeping that conversation open for longer periods of time and leading to deeper conversations between attendees and planners or marketers. And what that leads to is higher attendee satisfaction. People leave your events now with more useful information, with better connections, with new friends and new colleagues that they're able to engage with well after the event's over. And what this leads to is not just that great data, but a great experience and more engagement in all of your events moving forward. And what I feel like is also an extremely important point is after executing on a great event, it seems like the next one is just a few days away that you have to execute on. And so one of the biggest focuses that I have whenever I'm working with my clients is making sure that we're setting this up to be a sustainable and easy to repeat event. Being able to, carbon copy that over and able to quickly scale up your events to make the event planning and management process easier and keeping the experience streamlined and consistent across all of your events. Every brand has its own voice when speaking with their attendees, and you want to make sure that voice is maintained and consistent across all events, whether they be virtual, in person, or hybrid. And what's the point of technology if it makes life harder, right? One of the biggest focuses that we have here at Cvent is making sure that we're not just another piece of tech, we're part of your tech stack. Your MarTech, your CRM, your marketing automation tools, all of this is critical to your business functions. And it defeats the purpose of buying technology if those things aren't integrating into your systems. And so we invest heavily in out-of-the-box integrations along with an extremely robust API system. So we have multiple different ways to sign into things like Salesforce or HubSpot or Eloqua or Concur. And we also have the ability to make custom integrations with your other business technologies. So in summation, there's a few key benefits that we like to focus on here. the ability to inform or to get content out, bringing value to your exhibitors and giving them those ROI numbers that they so desperately want, and that's why they're investing in you. Building a community with your attendees and creating tighter connections with them among each other and with you and your team. And then leading them into greater satisfaction. So they keep coming back to your events and they keep engaging with the other content that you put out and speak to them about. And then on top of that, making those other 4 points easy to repeat and easy to report on. So those are the what I would consider to be the highest key benefits for the Attendee Hub platform. And again, what is the point of having events if you can't invite and include as many people as possible? Cvent has invested heavily into making our events more inclusive across the board with things like video captioning, subtitles, multiple language abilities. These are key factors when trying to speak to a larger and larger audience, which the virtual world provides. But we need to be able to have those conversations with them. And Cvent understands that, and we've been investing in that. And now I will pass the mic over to my partner in crime, Polo Razzo. Polo is an experienced solutions consultant here at Cvent who is going to take you through a live demonstration of the Attendee Hub platform. We will be available for questions and comments and all of that after he's done presenting. So thank you for giving me some of your time and looking forward to talking with you all more.
All right. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate the introduction there. So what I'll be taking us through today is Cvent's Attendee Hub from both a mobile app, both a native mobile app, as well as a web or a desktop platform. So I've got the web or desktop platform pulled up here, and most typically how we see attendees getting access to this is through some sort of email communication through Cvent. So whether that's a confirmation email, a know before you go email, some sort of reminder email, it's really as simple as just sharing a web link for attendees to then get access to the actual Attendee Hub, whether it's a web link to the virtual platform, the desktop platform, or the actual native mobile app itself. When attendees arrive into Attendee Hub, they're greeted with what we would like to call like the virtual event lobby. In here, you can highlight things such as resources, areas to navigate to, if you want to highlight specific sponsors or navigation icons here within the banner functionality, you'll be able to direct attendees to important areas of your specific event. On this home screen, you can also have attendees navigate to their specific schedule, send out push notifications, as well as review and make edits to their profile within Attendee Hub itself. I'm going to talk to a few solutions or a few features that are specific to the web platform of Attendee Hub, just to give us a visualization of what those features look like on the web platform, and then we'll transition to the mobile app side of things. In terms of session viewing experience, attendees are going to be able to absorb content directly through the Attendee Hub, whether you're hosting a fully virtual event, a hybrid event, or some sort of simulive or pre-recorded content within the Attendee Hub. We'll be able to support those viewing experiences. So within here, you can have an embedded viewing experience for your attendees. Let's say they're watching a webinar experience. They'll be able to see different speakers. They can see a branded background as well as name tags that will follow along with those speakers. Included in the Attendee Hub is your engagement panel here on the right-hand side. So features such as chat, Q&A, polling, surveys are all planner set and up to you to enable on a per event or a per session basis. All of these features do have moderator capabilities. So if you're looking to moderate your chat, facilitate a live Q&A, or maybe even have your attendees participate in live polling within this experience, you'll be able to have attendees engage throughout your entire session. In terms of other viewing experiences, attendees can also watch pre-recorded content. So if you're looking to host a simulive session and transition to a live Q&A, that can be facilitated through here. And in addition to that, we can also have collaborative sessions in which attendees and speakers can have a two-way interactive session within the Attendee Hub. From an interactive session, attendees will also be able to join from the Attendee Hub and actually participate in a two-way communication in which they can raise their hand, ask to be brought on stage, and they'd be able to ask their question live on stage, for example. So here you can see an attendee unmuting themselves, turning on their camera, and participating in that live interactive session on the stage. So those were just a few features on the web or desktop version of the Attendee Hub that I wanted to highlight. Now I just wanted to transition over to the native mobile app that comes included with Attendee Hub. Here, you'll see a similar experience on the home screen with fully branded title of the event, logo across the top, as well as included banner functionality. So same idea, your attendees can have a similar experience in a hybrid scenario where they're accessing sponsor information, they're accessing quick links to custom pages that you may have built out, as well as just other resources that you're making available in your app experience here. In terms of other key pieces to highlight on the event app, you've got a custom navigation bar in which you can point attendees to certain areas of the app. So whether that's a custom page that you create to highlight event FAQs, or if you wanted to highlight, let's say, your attendee list, your speaker information, as well as exhibitors within here, attendees are going to have quick and easy access to those certain components of your event. In the larger section of the home screen, what you're seeing in these squares are what we call cards. These cards can link to external links, such as a company website, or maybe even resources that you want to host on external sites. As attendees interact with those links on the home screen, it keeps them in the Attendee Hub Event App experience and does not take them out into their mobile browser. These cards are fully customizable in terms of when you want to lay out different content. So if it's important for you to showcase your sponsors at the beginning of the event, or if you want to showcase a welcome video, you can actually go ahead and pre-schedule how you want certain content to be displayed at different times of your event. One important feature that I always like to highlight from a native mobile app perspective is the ability to have and showcase a floor plan or a venue map. Really useful for attendees to be able to navigate to certain areas of the event, and it's super easy to just configure, drag and drop certain pins and highlight certain hotspots or locations within your overall event here. You do have the functionality to include multiple floor plans. So if it's important for you to highlight a venue map, as well as, let's say, a trade show or an exhibitor floor plan, you would be able to highlight those key components, as well as link to those native exhibitor profiles in the event app itself. So just navigating here across the bottom, wanted to highlight the schedule component. This is where attendees are going to be able to view the entire agenda, as well as the personalized schedules they may have built during the registration component, or even added in the Attendee Hub. Within here, they'll be able to see a day-by-day breakdown of certain content that they have lined up and sessions that they are planning to attend. And then same idea with the web version. Within each session here, I'll be able to engage in specific content. So whether it's live Q&A, polling, surveys, as well as actually viewing session documents can all be facilitated here through the session level in the event app. So just to give you some quick visuals, you can still see live Q&A, simple attendee experience. They can go in, ask a question, and then you all as the planners can moderate those Q&As, polling, as well as surveys that are included with this experience here. Paul touched on this a little bit earlier, but really one of the major key components that we wanted to highlight within the event app is the ability to build a community within your event. So whether it's showcasing attendee list, suggesting other attendees to network with, send messages across with, as well as scheduling appointments, this community section within the event app is going to empower you and your attendees to start to build those connections. So whether you want to highlight an activity feed where attendees can post photos, like each other's posts, sort of like a social engagement platform, that's something that's native and available to you in the event app itself, as well as just suggesting other attendees to network with. We do use a AI algorithm in terms of suggesting attendees that have similar interests, attendees that are signed up for similar sessions, and this will facilitate, hey, maybe I should schedule an appointment. Maybe I should send a quick message to this other attendee. all within the event app experience itself. Moving across the bottom here, just want to highlight a few other key components. Push notifications are always going to be important whenever you're utilizing a mobile app. So within Attendee Hub's event app, you'll be able to quickly group, organize, and schedule in advance push notifications to your attendees. So if you need to alert everyone, hey, make sure to come to the reception or the luncheon that's taking place in 15 minutes, you can target those specific groups of individuals, send out that blast notification, and get them notified of that information. Another really great use case for these notifications is the ability to just drive value to those sponsors. So if you want to, or exhibitors. So if you want to navigate or push attendees to view those sponsor and exhibitor profiles, or even take those surveys, for example, push notifications would be a powerful way to get those messages across to your attendees. And then the last section here on the event app is just the more section. So if you're looking to organize all of your event information into specific categories, such as how is displayed here with hotel and venue information, event information, you'll have full flexibility and customization in terms of organizing these custom pages, listing them out for attendees to navigate to, and be able to view that important information within the event app experience. So overall, all of these engagement points, whether it is participating in Q&A, participating in polling, engaging with exhibitors, these are all tracked and measurable within Cvent's reporting and analytics. So being able to provide those data points back to your exhibitors, hey, who's clicked on what content within my profile? Or getting that information back to your marketing team, hey, who's been our most engaged attendees and attendees that we should follow up with? All of that information is accessible to you through Cvent's through Cvent's Attendee Hub Event App. So there's a number of different features to show on the Event app. So if you have any additional questions or follow-up, please reach out to your sales rep and we can be sure to schedule a more detailed demonstration. So just wanted to kick it back to Paul to wrap us up here.
Yep, thanks, Polo. So just in summation, everyone, we will be having a post-event survey. Please fill that out with any questions, thoughts, comments, and of course, reach out to your Cvent representative to help answer any of those questions as well. And then we also just wanted to touch on a few other things, including the upcoming webinars that we're having as well. So get registered for those, get that content accessible to you, and we look forward to seeing you at some of these webinars as well. And we'll move now to the live Q&A with any opening questions. Hi, everyone. We good now? Hi, everyone. Paul Whitehead here. I believe you all just saw me speaking. No, I didn't change shirts. We actually did this webinar as a simu-live. Thank you all, first of all, for your patience here at the beginning. We apologize about that. But we're back on track and good to go now. So just wanted to open up the floor to any potential questions or follow-ups you all might have. And Polo, I think this one might be best for you. I see. Is it possible to have a materials cut? Oh, sorry, you all pulled that one up.
Cool. Yeah, let me read it here. So, can I edit the webinar background and other features to match my company's brand? If you're talking about kind of like the experience that you're watching in right now, where you can see the branded background image kind of behind Paul and myself and where this question is being displayed, you absolutely can. So that's using a tool called Cvent Studio, which is what we're hosting this session in right now. So with Cvent Studio, you have the capability to fully brand the backgrounds, add in the name tags, for example. You can see the different speaker layouts, like how me and Paul are stacked on the screen here. And we have the screen share going. So that's the tool that allows you to add in those backgrounds there. Great question. Cool. Just waiting for the next question to pop up here. So will attendees have access / visibility to all events as an admin set up in the app, or will it be limited to the ones they register for? Yeah, that's a great question. So essentially, within the event app experience, it acts as a container app. So it can host multiple events within there. It's really up to the security settings that you set up. So we have a feature in there called an event ID or an event password, which allows you to sort of hide that event from attendees that might not be registered, right? So if they don't have access to that event ID or that event password, they wouldn't be able to search for the event or find it simply by searching for the title. So that's something you can distribute via email communication. Hey, thanks for registering. Here's the event code. And from there, they would be able to access that specific event. So really, the event app acts as a container. It can house multiple events, but you have that ability to kind of limit the visibility from random people searching up and finding your specific event.
And just to add to that, also, if you flip that coin over into the back end, you as an admin can actually control who within your Cvent account has access to what. So I always liken it to you don't want to give full access to an intern that might go and mess up the multiple events that you've built for them. So even when it comes to not just attendees, but also your own users in your account, you're able to actually build that hierarchy out so that the right people have the right access to the right content.
Cool. Thanks.
Although that might be more,
question.
this one might be more of a you question than me question.
Yeah, no worries. Sorry, I'm just getting things a little bit slower on this side. So great question, Karen. Is it possible to have materials custom page where I can upload all materials in a folder based on attendee type of each session? Instead of attaching it to each session. So right now, currently, documents are going to need to be attached either at the session level or within a speaker or exhibitor page. So if you wanted to potentially repurpose exhibitors, hey, let's create a session documents profile that could house additional documents within there. It is right now a roadmap item that our product team is discussing in terms of having a custom page that is specifically listed out for materials. I have seen clients, current clients today, utilize a custom page and maybe link out to like a Box folder or a Google Drive folder. So those are kind of current workarounds for that specific use case. Awesome. So can attendees use the mobile app without logging into the browser? Absolutely. So with Attendee Hub, it is a two-in-one solution, right? You'll have access to both the native desktop version as well as the actual mobile app. And it's completely up to you from a planner perspective, whether you utilize one or the other or both solutions. So you absolutely don't need to configure the browser itself. You could always just use just the event app and vice versa there. Can we add sponsor logos to our Attendee Hub as well as our own branding? Yeah, absolutely. So there's a few different places that you can highlight sponsors within the app experience or within Attendee Hub itself. A few of those could be within the banner functionality. You have the ability to drive sort of traffic to those actual exhibitor profiles that you create. You can also host the logos within the actual exhibitor profiles themselves. And then if you can recall from the demo that I was showing on the home screen in those larger card sections, I've seen a lot of clients actually repurpose those, add in a sponsor logo, kind of give them some visibility on the home screen. And you can actually link to, let's say, that sponsor website, for example. In terms of your own logos, in terms of your own branding, you can definitely add that into the Attendee Hub as well. You have the capability to have your logo displayed at the top of the event, entering your specific hex colors, and that branding will carry across both the web platform and the mobile app itself.
Yep. And just to add to that too, what we'd really recommend is setting up templates within your account. So that way, as you're churning out things like webinars or event apps, you're able to maintain that consistent branding, but not have to recreate the wheel every time. What I see a lot of my clients doing is creating templates for maybe their webinar series, and then for their small or medium event series. And then for every event, they're able to just copy and paste that over, maintain that consistent branding regulations, but not have to start from scratch each time. So just another way to make the process more automated. Copy that. It seems like we don't have any other questions. So in the meantime, I'd say if you do think of anything else, please feel free to send us a note. And as always, I'd say get a hold of your Cvent rep, because we want to give them the opportunity to really understand your program and be able to put these solutions in a more custom fit for all of you. So other than that, we appreciate your all's time. We appreciate you all bearing with us there at the beginning. And don't be a stranger. Feel free to reach out to us. But thank you all again. And everyone have a great day and great rest of your week.
Great. Thanks, guys.